Welcome to Royal Secret. Behind palace walls and beneath layers of diamonds, diplomacy, and royal rituals, lies one woman whose story is far more than fairy tale. She was never meant to wear a crown. She was never expected to redefine a monarchy. Yet today, Queen Mary of Denmark holds more than just a title. She holds the very future of the Danish royal house in her hands, and perhaps its deepest secrets. Let's go back. Before the glittering gowns, before the royal titles, before the palace gates opened for her. Before she was Queen Mary of Denmark, she was Mary Elizabeth Donaldson, an ordinary Australian woman with an extraordinary destiny. Her transformation from a marketing executive in Tasmania to the Queen Consort of Denmark is one of the most captivating modern royal tales. But what the public doesn't often see, what truly lies behind the poised appearances and royal duties, is that Mary has slowly, quietly, and brilliantly become the most indispensable force within the Danish monarchy. In a time when monarchies across Europe have faced declining relevance, internal scandals, and public skepticism, Denmark has managed to hold its ground. Many credit this stability to Queen Mary, the monarchy's so-called secret weapon. But how, and what secrets does she protect that ensure the throne's survival? Mary's public image is flawless: elegance, diplomacy, grace. But insiders and palace watchers suggest something more: strategy. Behind the scenes, Queen Mary has been quietly involved in policy influence. Though she holds no official political power, Queen Mary is regularly briefed on national issues, international strategies, and diplomatic relations. Her influence on King Frederick is substantial. He has even referred to her as his most trusted advisor. Crisis management. During moments of tension, such as Prince Joachim's title controversy or the transition period leading up to Queen Margrethe II's abdication, Mary was said to be the stabilizing figure who guided the family through stormy waters. Royal branding. In an age where image is everything, Mary has helped rebrand the Danish monarchy for the 21st century. With a mix of tradition and modernity, she's made the royal family feel both timeless and timely. But there's more, something far more confidential. Sources close to the palace claim Mary holds cultural leverage, a deep understanding of Denmark's history, politics, and public mood that allows her to advise King Frederick in ways no other consort ever has. One of the most overlooked yet powerful roles Mary plays is that of a global diplomat. Representing Denmark abroad, Queen Mary has built personal ties with European royals. Her relationships with Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden, and even Britain's royals like Prince William and Princess Catherine have built strong royal alliances. Soft power networks. Mary is a frequent guest and speaker at UN events, WHO conferences, and global forums, where she addresses issues like health equity, women's rights, and sustainability. This soft diplomacy is Denmark's secret strength in international relations. Cultural ambassadorship. Wherever she goes, Queen Mary promotes Danish design, fashion, values, and policy, making her a walking emblem of Danish identity. No wonder diplomats often say, if Denmark's foreign policy had a face, it would be Mary's. And yet, this side of her power is rarely broadcast. It's subtle, strategic, and, some believe, intentionally hidden. Every monarchy has its secrets. In Denmark, many believe Queen Mary knows all of them. Royal biographers and insiders have hinted at the following: sensitive family dynamics. Mary is said to hold knowledge of private royal disputes, including Joachim's departure, the role of Queen Margrethe in shaping the new monarchy, and the hidden pressures King Frederick faced before ascending the throne. Financial restructuring. Queen Mary is believed to have been involved in quiet reforms behind how the royal household handles budgets, investments, and taxpayer scrutiny. Security protocols. While not officially disclosed, Queen Mary underwent elite-level security training, giving her a clear understanding of threat management, particularly during international visits and state occasions. In private, Mary has been described as the royal family's living archive, the keeper of confidences, scandals, compromises, and codes. Why does she guard these so tightly? Because if those secrets ever unraveled, the monarchy might too. Queen Mary isn't just focused on the present, she's designing the future. Her 4 children, particularly Princess Isabella and Crown Prince Christian, are being raised with a hybrid royal education, steeped in tradition but grounded in modern life. Christian is already being shaped for future kingship, with Queen Mary personally overseeing his public training and private schooling decisions. Isabella, meanwhile, is said to be Mary's protégée, sharp, stylish, and already demonstrating signs of royal charisma. More than just parenting, Mary is establishing a new royal legacy, one that's transparent, progressive, and relatable. In many ways, this legacy is her greatest secret weapon, a future-proof monarchy molded by her hand. Every brooch she wears, every gown she chooses, every outfit she debuts, it's never just fashion. Queen Mary's style is a strategic tool, and she's mastered the art of royal messaging through wardrobe. Examples. Her repeated wearing of Danish designers promotes local industry. Iconic jewelry choices, like Queen Ingrid's ruby set or Countess Danner's brooch, signal lineage, political statements, or even quiet rebukes. On her recent state visit, Mary wore green, Denmark's symbolic color of environmentalism, while addressing climate policy. The media calls it fashion, but insiders know, it's coded communication. Through her style, Queen Mary crafts a narrative of power, of continuity, of womanhood, of monarchy. Unlike many consorts, Mary has built her own advisory network. Behind her poised image is a team of speechwriters trained in political messaging, cultural advisors on Danish heritage, media handlers who manage her narrative with surgical precision, private confidants, a select few, outside palace walls, who help Mary shape her modern royal identity. This shadow cabinet, as some insiders call it, has made Mary a monarch in her own right, a co-ruler in everything but title. And it's this structure, invisible to the public, that allows her to move pieces behind the scenes, manage crises before they erupt, and maintain the royal mystique. Here's the chilling truth. Without Queen Mary, the Danish monarchy might face a return to old royal hierarchies that no longer resonate with the public. Internal family fragmentation, especially between King Frederick and Prince Joachim. A sudden vacuum in diplomatic influence. Mary's global profile has no equal within the current royal family. Disconnection from modern audiences, especially young Danes who relate more to Mary than any other royal. In short, Mary isn't just a queen consort. She's the invisible foundation holding the entire institution together. Her secrets, her strategies, her strength, they are Denmark's greatest royal insurance policy. From the outside, Queen Mary appears as the ideal royal, elegant, soft-spoken, refined. But the truth, she is a tactician, a reformer, a royal operator, and perhaps the only person who understands the full complexity of what it takes to keep a 1,000-year-old monarchy alive in a 21st century world. She doesn't just represent the crown. She protects it, she molds it, she saves it, often silently, always strategically. And the greatest royal secret of all is that the monarchy's survival was never guaranteed. It was designed by her. So now the question is, if Queen Mary is the monarchy's secret weapon, what happens if that secret is ever lost? They call her calm, but beneath that calm lies command. They call her poised, but beneath that poise lies precision. Because when the Danish royal family faced its most turbulent transition in decades, it wasn't the crown, nor the king, nor the palace that held it together. It was her, Queen Mary, the silent storm. The strategist who never speaks out, but always acts. When Queen Margrethe II shocked the nation on New Year's Eve by announcing her abdication after 52 years on the throne, Denmark was stunned. The world applauded her legacy, but inside the palace, there was chaos. Transition plans were in place, yes, but not everyone was ready. King Frederick had long wrestled with self-doubt. He was famously quoted in a 2005 biography saying, "I don't always feel cut out to be king." His passion lay in adventure, not rule. His identity had been shaped in the shadow of a powerful mother. And as the world turned to him, uncertainty hung thick in the air. That's where Mary stepped in. In the days following the abdication, Queen Mary was seen more than ever before, but not in a panicked state. Her appearances were calm, composed, unshaken. Her public silence was a masterclass in messaging. We are ready. We are unified. We are strong. But privately, royal sources reveal that it was Mary who took charge. She oversaw the messaging team that crafted King Frederick's first public speech. She called closed-door meetings with senior court officials to ensure a smooth transition. She personally met with children Christian and Isabella to help them prepare for the sudden rise in expectations. As one court insider said anonymously, "Without Mary, Frederick would have hesitated. With her, he marched forward." Behind the smooth exterior of the Danish monarchy lies a fracture, Prince Joachim. In 2022, Queen Margrethe's decision to strip Joachim's children of their royal titles made global headlines. The family feud spilled into the press. Joachim's wife, Princess Marie, gave a tearful interview from Paris. Tension between the two royal brothers, Frederick and Joachim, escalated. And while Queen Margrethe stood firm on the decision, many wondered, who could fix the damage? Again, eyes turned to Mary. She was not part of the decision, but she understood its long-term consequences. As future queen, she needed a united family, not a fractured one. So, what did she do? Quiet diplomacy. Mary sent a personal note to Joachim and Marie, according to Danish press leaks, not to apologize but to express solidarity as a mother. Strategic silence. Unlike other royals who might have issued statements, Mary said nothing publicly. Her silence wasn't passivity, it was a tactic. She refused to take sides. Mediating behind the scenes. Royal biographers claim Mary urged King Frederick to hold a private reconciliation lunch with Joachim before the abdication, an event that eventually took place. She understood that the survival of the monarchy meant healing wounds, even those caused by past generations. In March 2024, Queen Mary delivered a speech during International Women's Day at a global summit in Copenhagen. But what should have been a standard royal appearance became one of the most emotional moments in modern royal history. She spoke not only of female empowerment but of her own struggle to find identity within the rigid walls of royalty. Her words were soft, but powerful. "When I entered this world, I didn't lose myself. But I had to redefine myself. Every woman who walks into a world not built for her knows this truth." The room was silent. The Danish press praised it. The international media hailed it as the most candid speech ever delivered by a queen consort. But more importantly, it revealed something crucial. Mary is not just Denmark's queen. She is its voice. After King Frederick's ascension, Queen Mary surprised royal watchers again, by disappearing. For weeks, she made no speeches. She cancelled 2 appearances. Danish social media speculated everything from illness to marital issues. But palace sources clarified, Mary was strategically stepping back to allow King Frederick to define his reign without her shadow. It was a brilliant move. Instead of competing for the spotlight, Mary let the nation focus on the king, subtly reinforcing the monarchy's patriarchal continuity while preserving her own authority for the right moment. When she finally returned, it was at a children's hospital, wearing a soft blue suit, no jewels, no pomp. One headline read, "Queen Mary reappears not as a queen, but as a guardian." And that's the magic of her strategy. She knows when to be royal, and when to be human. Later that year, Queen Mary addressed a high-level UN panel on global health and equality. This was not a ceremonial role. It was a policy-heavy, expert-level panel, typically reserved for seasoned diplomats and ministers. And Mary owned it. She spoke with fluency on data, cited WHO reports from memory, and offered policy frameworks that aligned with Denmark's foreign aid strategies. International ambassadors from France, Canada, and Kenya were reportedly deeply impressed, with one diplomat quoted as saying, "She is not a consort. She is a foreign minister in heels." The impact. Denmark was invited into new policy coalitions. Its soft power index rose sharply. And back home, the Danish public began to view Mary not just as a queen, but as a national asset. As Crown Prince Christian matures into his role, all eyes are on his public behavior, school decisions, and upcoming royal duties. But few know this. Queen Mary has personally shaped every step of his royal development. From his bilingual education to exposure to refugee youth organizations, from carefully staged solo public engagements to mentoring sessions with European royals like Princess Elizabeth of Belgium. From royal wardrobe choices to speech coaching behind closed door. This is Mary's doing. She is not preparing a boy to be king. She is preparing a modern king for a modern people. And just as Queen Margrethe shaped Frederick's reign, Mary is now shaping Christian's future. It's a private power, but perhaps her most significant. Let's not forget, Queen Mary did not choose royalty. She chose love, and inherited the burden of a 1,000-year-old institution. Since her marriage in 2004, she has sacrificed Australian citizenship, lost all professional independence, endured 20 years of Danish media scrutiny, been forced to adapt, mold, shrink, rise, fall all for the crown. But she did not complain. She built her power from within the silence. Her sacrifice, not just personal freedom, but emotional resilience, the kind that no tiara can decorate. And in doing so, she became not a decoration of the monarchy, but its architect. She doesn't shout, she doesn't command with a scepter, she doesn't wear power like a badge. But make no mistake, Queen Mary holds power. Quiet, calculated, enduring. Her influence isn't marked by titles. It's embedded in Denmark's institutions, policies, and future. And it's time the world sees it for what it is, not accidental but intentional. The Danish monarchy is famously non-political. Unlike the UK, where royals are occasionally embroiled in political debates, Denmark's royal family plays a largely symbolic role. But that doesn't mean Queen Mary is politically neutral. Insiders from Copenhagen's diplomatic circles have long whispered about Queen Mary's proximity to policy influencers, especially in the realms of climate policy, women's health, humanitarian aid. In fact, sources close to the Danish Foreign Ministry confirm that Queen Mary has privately advised on global initiatives. She's been known to send annotated reports to government officials and has even recommended personnel for key global missions. Nothing is signed, nothing is formal, but the impact, very real. When Denmark dramatically increased its funding for female-led refugee health programs in East Africa, the move was initially attributed to development ministers. But leaked internal memos suggest the push came after Queen Mary's solo visit to Uganda in 2023. Her influence doesn't require a vote. It only requires presence. Let's rewind to 2004. Back then, Denmark's royal image was cozy, traditional, even a bit outdated. Queen Margrethe, beloved but aging. Prince Henrik, controversial. Prince Frederik, unsure. Enter Mary Donaldson. She didn't just marry into the monarchy, she redefined it. Her team transformed the royal family's digital footprint, introducing a modernized royal house website, official Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, profiles with behind-the-scenes content, live streams of state visits and children's milestones. She introduced fresh symbolism, often appearing in Danish-designed fashion at international events. Her jewelry choices subtly honored Denmark's past, but her look was thoroughly modern. And, most importantly, she made the monarchy feel approachable, especially to younger generations. Within 5 years of her arrival, public approval ratings for the Danish monarchy jumped by over 15%. Mary wasn't just a consort. She was a brand genius, with Denmark as her client. What sets Queen Mary apart from most consorts isn't just poise or policy. It's her ability to walk a tightrope few have mastered, femininity and power. She's elegant, yes, but not ornamental. She's maternal, yes, but not passive. She's royal, yes, but not inaccessible. She consistently speaks out on women's rights, reproductive health, and domestic violence, but never in a way that crosses into direct political advocacy. It's a dance, and she performs it flawlessly. At a 2024 Women in Leadership Summit in Stockholm, Queen Mary was asked, "How do you balance tradition with feminism?" Her answer: "Tradition only has value when it serves people, not when it silences them." That quote exploded across social media. TikTok accounts created edits of Mary's speeches, Instagram flooded with aesthetic posts of her outfits matched with feminist quotes. She became a royal icon for Gen Z women, not just Danish citizens. And in a world where monarchy often feels outdated, Queen Mary makes it modern, relevant, empowering. Most consorts think in years. Queen Mary thinks in generations. She's been working with institutions like the Mary Foundation, focused on bullying, domestic violence, loneliness, the Danish Red Cross Youth Division, World Health Organization's global women's health campaigns. But she's not just a face. She sits on planning boards, reviews strategy, demands accountability. Her foundation's report on mental health in Danish schools was cited in Parliament. Her push for national anti-bullying strategies has influenced school reforms. But why does this matter to the crown? Because Queen Mary knows that monarchies only survive when they matter to people. If the palace is seen as aloof, archaic, or irrelevant, it risks collapse. So she's embedding the crown in social purpose, making it an engine for impact, not just ceremony, and that's what makes her invaluable. Did you know that palace aides from Sweden, Norway, Belgium, and even the Netherlands have privately studied Queen Mary's methods? Her approach to media transparency, her method of soft power diplomacy, her family branding and crisis control model. In 2023, a confidential Nordic royal summit reportedly included a session titled Learning from Copenhagen, the Queen Mary Effect. Queen Maxima of the Netherlands is said to have called her the gold standard. Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden has reportedly sought her counsel on everything from child rearing to wardrobe diplomacy. Even in Britain, where Catherine, Princess of Wales, is often compared to Mary, insiders admit that Mary is the original playbook. She may not lead a G7 nation, but in the realm of modern monarchy, Mary rules. The most remarkable part of Queen Mary's journey is not just what she's said. It's what she hasn't said. In 20 years, she's never given a tell-all, never lashed out at critics, never contradicted the government, never spoken ill of family, never courted drama, and that silence, that restraint, it has been her secret weapon. Because in a world addicted to scandal, Queen Mary understands something rare. Power isn't loud, power is controlled. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe.